Hello and welcome back to Bible Bites, where we do Bible studies in little increments, around 5 minutes or so. This time we're going to be studying Jonah, and we're going to do a short breakdown over the second chapter. This happens to be the prayer of Jonah. Jonah is praying yet again out of the fish's belly, and it seems pretty short to be lasting 3 days. So let's go into it. Then Jonah prayed to the Lord, his God, out of the fish's belly, and said, I cry by reason of my affliction unto the Lord. Yet again, it was his own fault for getting him into this situation. But yet again, it brought him to praise and crying out to God. And he heard me out of the fish's belly of hell I cried. Now this is an interesting statement because what it's referencing is the grave, or what is called in Hebrew, Sheol, which is the place for all dead before they get judged. For thou hast cast me into the deep, into the midst of the sea, and the floods gather around me. All the billows and the waves pass over my head. Again, it's talking about him drowning before he's about to get swallowed. Then I said, I am cast out of thy sight, and I will again look towards the holy temple, again the place of God. The waters encompass me about, even to my soul. The depths close around me, round about. The weeds wrap around my head. I have went down to the bottom of the mountains, and the earth with all her bars about me forever. Thou hast brought me up my life from corruption. Thou hast brought up my life from corruption, O Lord. Yet again, he is stating, and I will say very boldly, he is stating that he has died. The under the mountains, underground, into the abyss, underwater, these are all places of death in the ancient world. Under the bars, he's talking about Sheol. He was swallowed by the fish and died. Interesting, you're thinking, then how did he get spit up alive? Let's follow through and continue this. When my soul fainted within me, I remembered the Lord, and my prayer went up unto him into his holy temple. Thou hast observed lying vanities forsake their own mercy. Yet again, Jonah is forsaking his own mercy. But I will sacrifice unto thee, which he could only do alive, with the voice of thanksgiving. I will pray unto thee. I will pay unto thee my vow. Salvation is of the Lord, which is very important statement within the entire book. And the Lord spoke unto the fish, and it vomited Jonah out onto dry land. That's the important thing here. He's stating he died. And his last words was praising God, knowing that he would be brought back to life, knowing that he has to fulfill his promise to talk to Nineveh. God talked to the fish, which if it was a whale, it would beach itself, die, and spit up its stomach. That's what they do. Now, why am I so transfixed on the concept that it was actually Jonah dying? Well, there's some important words that Jesus says when they ask for a sign in the New Testament. Let's go to Matthew 12, verse 39. But he answered him and said, An evil and adulterous generation speak after a sign, and there shall be no sign be given to it, but the sign of the prophet Jonah. Now, what's the sign of the prophet Jonah? Well, it is someone that is dead for 3 days, coming back to life. Not only bringing hope to Israel, but also to the Gentile nations, like Jonah went and spoke life unto Nineveh. And that is what's going on in Jonah chapter 2. His prayer is talking about his death and resurrection unto life, which is the sign in which Jesus is going to give the people of Israel. Joshua Jones, signing out.